Good morning, friends. My name is Evelyn Joy and welcome back to my channel. I am taking a breather. I'm currently working on moving my tomatoes over so I can have a strawberry patch. And I'm gonna be moving my blueberries over to where my strawberries are. So I'm just taking a breather because, man, getting my exercise. It's 9 a.m. Esther's awake and doing her homework. Caleb's awake and swinging. Daddy's home and resting. Joshua and Deborah I have not heard from yet. I don't know if they're awake yet, but they're not bothering. So here's what I'm doing. I put down a bunch of cardboard and plastic there, and I moved all of my tomatoes there temporarily, and I moved my 2 pallets over here. I'm going to be putting all the tomatoes back on and tying them. I've been dumping dirt that I had formerly dug in other places and stuff, and they've been in containers. Kind of the grass and stuff in them have been dying so that I could dump it out and use it as topsoil over here. And I'm gonna take that container right there and dump it here as well. And then I'm gonna move over strawberries, and I'm gonna put my tomatoes back on the pallets and tie them up. I'm gonna throw that cardboard away that's old, and that's what we're doing today. Dump those 2 containers out. Man. Hi, Deborah. Can you give Caleb a push? I'm working on this. Now I've been spreading out the dirt. I'm sure getting my exercise today. Ah. Hi, Caleb. You having fun? Okay, I have 2 strawberry plants here that I'm gonna move over. And I'm going to move over all of these strawberry plants. They're all moving into a new home. These tomato plants, these blueberry plants, 1, 2, 3, are going to move over here. I'm actually going to move this trellis a little bit over because nothing is able to grow there because of the shade. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But I'm going to have blueberry plants here. I'm going to have the trellis over here. And right here, I'm going to leave the space open. I'm gonna move the lemon balm plant to over here because this right here, this cantaloupe's not gonna let anything grow right here. It's gonna take over the sunlight from anything. And so I'm just gonna let the cantaloupe take over this space. I'm gonna give it this space to vine out because it needs it. Obviously, it's not even done, it's just begun. So these strawberries are the beginning of my strawberry patch. Are you guys playing? Yeah. Aw, it's nice weather, huh? Hi, Caleb. Bye. You're tired. I just took all of the strawberries shovelfuls over here. I did not realize how much I had. Now I'm gonna get it more solidified into the ground. Thanks, sweetheart.
Please take off the...
Okay, I brought all my kids inside. It's starting to sprinkle, and I'm going to start working on putting my tomatoes here, tying the tops of them and cutting off the brown leaves. It is now 10:58 a.m. and 84 degrees. I've been working on pruning and tying these tomato plants. Let me show you. I've been pruning a lot, and I've been adding extra sticks in and retying these. I've been tying in several different spots to provide support here. I've been cutting off any leaves that are brown, any leaves that have any sort of bug bites out of them, and I have been taking off the suckers, which grow in the elbows of the branches, and they just suck the life out. And so I have been pruning, removing any brown and everything, and tying. Also, these plants, I got them small, and so they only had 1 stick in each pot, and I had several pots together in order to have the sticks tie up at the top. But now the tomato plants each individually have grown enough that they each get their own 3 to 4 poles depending on the pot. The bigger pots have 4 poles, the smaller pots have 3 poles, just tied up at the top, and they're all their different branches are tied to it. And as you can see, I need to add more dirt to these because with with rain and with watering, the dirt has gone out with the water as it drains out the bottom holes. And so all of these, I need to get more soil and fill these back up, but that's something I need to buy, so that'll be done on a later date. I'm excited to start seeing larger tomatoes because these aren't supposed to be cherry tomatoes, but because they are in distress in small containers, some of them are growing smaller, and because they've been smaller plants, now they're growing bigger. So at some point I may choose to put these into the ground, but for now I'm going to be adding dirt once I buy the soil. But right now what I'm doing is a lot of pruning. Let's go. Can you tell me who all you drew? Tell me about your picture. Who is this?
Oh, that's me, and that's Daddy, and that's John. This is me, this is Daddy, this is Josh, this is you, this is Will, and I'm starting to draw Deborah.
Are you going to draw Caleb?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. I love it. Beautiful job.
I'm going to draw Caleb in your arm.
Oh, and I like the flower on my dress. Nice job. Oh, I'm holding my baby. So cute. Good job, guys. Okay, so a lot of this dead stuff is what I'm going to cut off, but you have to be careful about stuff like this because you have to look at the end of it and make sure you don't cut it off because it has some tomatoes and potential tomatoes growing. So don't cut stuff like this, cut stuff like this. This is a sucker. When you're pruning, you want to pull the sucker. If you do not pull the sucker, the lower branch sometimes dies. So I've been finding a lot of like new second branch, first branch died. So you got to catch it before it starts sucking off the life off of that first little branch. My tomato plants are finally done. Took a long time. I moved my tomatillo plant over here. It's in timeout because it's infested with ants. And tomatillo might be a tree. I'm not trying to grow a tree, so that one might not end up being a thing. I'm gonna work on my strawberries.